I can't stop these feelings taking over me. I can't stop these feelings taking over me. I can't stop these feelings taking over me. I can't stop these feelings taking over me.
Good evening, folks. Welcome to Porsche Cup Challenge, the Americas division. We've got a very exciting race here for you all to watch tonight. Whether it's watching it live, watching it back, doesn't matter. It's going to be exciting either way. I gotta say, it's even more exciting live. It's looking like about 35 cars on the Imola Grand Prix track in the Porsche Cup cars. This is going to be an absolute blast of a race to watch. There's going to be a lot of action, most likely a lot of tears to be shed. Hopefully not. I'm hoping not. Maybe some broadcaster curses to be administered. We're going to find out in a short time. We're just doing our usual 15-minute open qualifying. We've got 4 laps maximum. Once you've done your 4 laps, you can't do any more, of course. So right now, you see we're just following along with... This looks like is this Manrique, or this is Manrique Valverde trying to set his lap. He's got about 2.5 minutes, so he's cutting it real tight, I gotta say. That's real tight. And there's his first lap, and that puts him in the 3rd place. What a lap from Manrique Valverde. Currently 2nd in our season championships, so that is a great drive. I really enjoyed having Manrique in the broadcast booth this past weekend. Lovely time. Lovely dude. Right now we've got Patrick Hingston on provisional pole. I'm not sure anyone's going to be able to beat that time. That's quite a time. That is a real blazing fast time. Patrick Hingston's our current number 1 in our season championships. Daniel Thomas is a provisional 2nd place. And then, so it's looking like the cousins of Marco and Manrique are going to be starting right beside each other. That's going to be real spicy, I gotta say. It's anybody's guess how that's going to go. Is there going to be a family rivalry around there, or is it just going to be, hey, you know what? Let's play nice. I'm really curious to see how that goes. We've got Adam Morrow, who is. Let me take a quickie look. I think he's. Adam Morrow, yep, just as I thought, Adam Morrow is in 3rd place for our season championships, and so he's now qualified in 5th. So he's in a real great place to continue scoring the points that he's been scoring all season long. We've got Gordon Ramsay, the Scotland lad, coming to race with us once again tonight. And it's quite a large field, I gotta say. Our amateur drivers, Simon Fell is our top season scorer for our amateur division. He's qualified P15. Young Choi is our 2nd place. He's looking like he's not qualifying at all. And then Mark Santana, where is Mark Santana? Oh, Mark Santana is in 14th, so he's actually out-qualified Simon Fell just by a little bit. The margins, of course, are going to be real tight. With this many cars, a 100th of a second is going to make the world of a difference. Possibly many positions, as you can see there, just a few tenths, and you can actually be up quite a few spots. So it's going to be quite a. Apparently, I love the word "quite." It's going to be quite a race, quite a qualifying. I'm going to keep using it as much as I can. Okay, with 35 drivers, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through the entire grid results. I'm going to try my very best. I'm going to just shout it out real quick. Going to go through as fast as I can. Let's bring up real quick here our qualifying results. I'm going to just show the names, read them right through. Patrick Hingston, congratulations on a pole position here at Imola Grand Prix and PCC. Daniel Thomas, Manrique Valverde, rounding out the top 3, Marco Valverde, Adam Morrow, Gordon Ramsay, Ryan Winfeld, Michael Carrillo, Ariel Julian, Aiden Aquino, the top amateur driver qualifier for the night, Carl Ribbon, Ryan Bickle, Jack Booster, Mark Santana, Simon Fell, Aaron Hall, Logan McKenzie. Welcome, Logan McKenzie. Emmanuel Ojo. We got Tom Jenkins, Jose Maria, Chuck Baker, Gary Watson, Dan Marrera, Michael M. David, Benjamin Roche, Bradley Husty, Carlos Odalora, Marco Castro. Welcome back. Marco Castro, welcome back, buddy. Kevin Sidhu, Young Choi, Jeffrey Merlot, Anthony Rodriguez, and Adrian Kukulas. A few of them did not qualify. I think they're just going to test their luck and see how that one goes. I wish you guys luck. I hope it works out. So yeah. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. This is going to be definitely a race of attrition, I believe. It's a very, very tough track, especially in these cars. Not much else to say. No ABS, no traction control. A little bit of heat on that track, conditions. So it's gonna be a wild race. You can see all those cars lining up. The headlights pointing forward. The cars all ready to rev up. I think we just have a few more to go. Yeah, it looks like we're waiting on Emmanuel Ojo. There he is. Okay, so the cars are green. We're getting the green flag ready to go. The lights are gonna go on right about now. We've got 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 light, 5 light. The lights are off now. Away we go. Here we go. Oh, it looks like Patrick Kingston didn't get the start that he was hoping for, and that's allowed Daniel Thomas to get up in the lead. And we're going to have a whole bunch of 3 wide heading through this first turn. It's anybody's guess how this is going to go. It looks like, a little bit of bumping and grinding, and that is all. We're going to have to review that one and see what happened. But oh, and that's real tight. We have a whole bunch of 2 wide, 3 wide. Just a few people are going to be shedding tears from that first turn, but definitely not Daniel Thomas and Adam Morrow. It looks like, let's pull up our timing tower. Gordon Ramsay is way down the field, and so that start did not serve him well, but once again, Daniel Thomas and Adam Morrow benefiting huge from that wild start. Adam Morrow is up in the second. Manrique Valverde is still in third. Marco Valverde is in fourth. So they're deciding to be the steady eddies of the night. Just stay nice and consistent. And it's paid off. They're still in real great spots. Ariel Julian is up 4 spots total. Wow, look at that. What a drive from Ariel Julian. Ryan Winfeld is making a pass on Ryan Bickle. Ryan Bickle is up a few spots as well. Ryan Winfeld is now up 1 total. And it looks like Ryan Bickle's got a challenge on his hands. A lot of drivers want his position. They're really pushing for it right now. Heading down into this final corner. And it's Michael Carrillo, Aiden Aquino, Aaron Hall, and there you go. Coming on this straight. With that front end damage on Ryan Bickle, it's not going to be serving him well. Michael Carrillo and the rest of this field may make short work of that just because of that damage. Let's head back real quick here to Gary Watson, Patrick Kingston. Patrick Kingston obviously had a little bit of an off on that first turn, so now he's got the challenge of trying to work himself through that field. Oh, and it looks like Chuck Baker, and that looks like Chuck Baker, Bradley Husty had a real bad time on those bumps. Those sausage curbs are not good for you. So just an unfortunate experience for those guys. Patrick Kingston trying to go round the outside, but not able to make it work. Tom Jenkins throwing that defensive line and keeping him at bay. How long can the likes of Tom Jenkins keep Patrick Kingston at bay? I'm not sure. Patrick Kingston's goal, I'm sure, is just to make it right back up into that reverse grid top 8 and try and gain some seriously good points here. Let's go along with Logan McKenzie, who it's his first race with us. So welcome, Logan McKenzie. Glad to see you come by. And Logan McKenzie is having the race of his life with quite a few cars around him. It's Mark Santana. Oh, and Patrick Kingston has now made his way through Tom Jenkins, as you can see in the back of that camera view. So Logan McKenzie is surrounded by Jose Maria in front of him, Emmanuel Ojo, and Mark Santana. And Aiden Aquino has gone off the track. Let's take a real quick look, just real quick, at exactly how did that happen. Oh, and that's oh no. That's an unfortunate oopsie. And that looks like that's Aiden Aquino off. There's a lot going on. I gotta say, this is an absolute wild race, just as I thought it would be. Oh man, here, oh no, here's Carl Ribbing Oh, and there's more cars coming up behind. That's Carl Ribbing with Jack Booser having a little bit of an oopsie daisy. And that's bunched up the field. And this is going to be absolute chaos heading into turn 4. Luckily, all of these guys want to survive and are surviving, so that's a huge plus. But Carl Ribbing now has a lot of stress on his shoulders, with a lot of cars directly behind him wanting to make a pass or challenge for his position, because Carl Ribbing being in 11th position in this massive 33 car grid is a place that anyone would want to be. Everyone's gonna want to take that away from him. And here we go into Aqua Minerale. This is an absolute train of cars following along, as you can see. Oh, too wide through the chicane. Aaron Hall and Gordon Ramsay. Gordon Ramsay try after that turn 2 oopsie daisy with Gordon Ramsay. I'm not sure what happened. We'll have to look later. He's trying to gain back some spots on the likes of Aaron Hall. Aaron Hall within that two-face car, just not making it easy for the likes of the Scotland lad here. Oh, and just a little bit wide, and it's going to be a bit of a drag race, and then I think that's going to be lost by Aaron Hall. Now Gary Watson is making a pass on Aaron Hall as well, and let's see who else is trying to take some freebies off of that little off track. Aaron Hall trying to go for that inside line under braking on Gary Watson, not able to make it work, and so he's gonna have to just accept that he's down a few spots. It's looking like, oh, and what an excellent exit. Is he able to gain some overlap on Gary Watson? No. And Gary Watson had a great exit. Looks like Aaron Hall has some damage, and so that's going to keep him a little bit behind. Let's take a quick look once again at Patrick Hinksey. He's now up into 11th. Just as I was saying, Carl Ribbing was in 11th, and it's a sweet spot to be in, and it's even sweeter for Patrick Hingston to get right back up into 11th. He's down 10 spots total, so he's got a lot of work to do. It's about 8.5 minutes to go. He's in 11th spot, so that's not the greatest place to be for starting that feature race. Hey, Gherkin Demir in the chat, how's it going? Hope you enjoy the race, and yeah, thanks for following. I believe you're following. If you're not, hit that follow button. I want to take a quick look at the leader of this race, because he is absolutely no slouch. He just hit 5K I rating today. Daniel Thomas from Wales is 3.5 seconds ahead of Adam Morrow. What a amazing drive, taking those sausage curbs like a champ, bouncing that car all over the place, making it work, working it hard, and just having it do its job. That is absolute amazing work. This boy can drive, I gotta say. He's using every inch of that track, as you can see, all the way to the very edge, and just absolutely wonderful. That's all I can say there. Adam Morrow, Canadian boy, I love this guy. Co-broadcaster on most of the Sundays, and on Thursdays in the Americas, he's racing himself. This guy is born to race. He jumps those motocross dirt bikes up into the sky, races these Porsche Cups as fast as he bloody well can, and right now he's in second place in our race. He's got Marco Valverde right behind him. Marco Valverde, of course, is a very fast driver. He has not had a lot of luck this season, I gotta say, but his skill is definitely there. So Marco Valverde is on his tail. He's trying to eat those exhaust fumes, and so we're gonna have to see how that plays out. Looks like Patrick Hingston's trying to make one more pass on Mark Santana. Mark Santana, of course, is our main steady Eddie of our whole league. His mentality is always, if you want to finish first, you first have to finish. and it's served him very, very well. Mark Santana may not be the very fastest of our amateur drivers, but he's definitely the most consistent, and it's definitely paid off. Again, I love the word definitely, don't I? And it's paid off very, very well for Mark Santana. He's in 3rd position in our season standings, now in 11th in our race, and that's going to bring him some seriously amazing points for his season tally. Oh, and it looks like Marco Valverde and Adam Mora are now battling it out. It's anybody's guess how this is going to turn out. This is for P2. Marco Valverde getting excellent exit out of that turn, out of that hairpin. Is he going to try and make the dive up the inside? No, he's going to hold off, and he's going to have some patience. But you can see that he's hungry. In his driving right here, you can see he is hungry like a wolf. He wants 2nd place. He wants every point that he can get, and it's going to be tough, I gotta say, to get it from the likes of Adam Morrow. And it looks like Patrick Hingston. Oh, Ryan. Yep. Patrick Hingston has now got another driver under attack, trying to make a move on Emmanuel Ojo. Is Emmanuel Ojo going to give it to him? Patrick Hingston is going to wait until after this chicane, I'm sure. Just take it easy under braking, get the better exit, and that's exactly what happened right here. Emmanuel Ojo in that beautiful red painted car has quite a driver following him. If I saw Patrick Hingston in my mirrors, I would be shivering in my boots, I gotta say. This track has no shortage of racing available. There's lots of places to grab a draft, get up alongside, and here you see coming onto that last corner, heading onto this big long straight, Patrick Hingston making easy work of Emmanuel Ojo. And up ahead, Adam Morrow and Marco Valverde. I feel bad that I missed that, but heading out of those first few turns, we're up alongside each other and battling it out. Adam Morrow throwing that defensive line, saying, no, you are not going to dive me on the inside. You got to go around the outside, and really keeping Marco Valverde at bay. Manrique Valverde is 6 seconds behind this group right here, so that's a huge advantage for Adam. He can throw the defensive lines and force Marco Valverde to make that really difficult move, make him work for it, not give it to him easy. This is the hard battling that we absolutely do love to see around here. I'm going to make a quick jump to Kevin Sidhu and Dan Marrera. It looks like Kevin Sidhu has a little bit of front end damage, so that's not going to do him very well going forward. So he's most likely just sitting in the draft of Dan Marrera. Gordon Ramsay, after that first lap incident, is in, 17th? He's down 11 spots total, but this guy is a fighter. He's going to wait until that feature, I'm sure, to gain a lot of that back. And now that we're here, I want to take a quick look at what happened at that race start. Let's take a quick look, real quick while we still can. And it looks like someone may have just hit the sausage curbs. Oh, and that's all that happened. Just a little bit of a kerfuffle. And, yeah. Just a little bit of a kerfuffle off the sausage curb. Some people, a little bit of a speed difference between each other. And that's just how the cards fall sometimes. Unfortunate, but that's racing, but it's... Oh, and after coming back from that instant replay, it looks like Adam Morrow is 6.3 seconds away from Daniel Thomas. Wow, Daniel Thomas with quite a drive tonight. Adam Morrow with one hell of a drive himself. Marco Valverde must have made a mistake and is now 3 seconds back. Manrique Valverde is now closer and closer to his cousin with a little bit of front end damage, so that's not going to help him a lot. Ariel Julian is closing the gap to Manrique Valverde, so it's anybody's guess if he's actually going to be able to make that time up and get right up alongside or not. Manrique Valverde, very tough customer. We're going to have to see how that goes. Oh, and going through Aqua Minerale, Gordon Ramsay, it looks like he's getting an excellent exit out of that corner. Both cars have front end damage, so they both have the exact same straight line speed heading into, I call it the jump chicane, because I don't quite speak Italian, and I don't know how to wave my hands as the same way, but Gordon Ramsay's making that pass through that chicane before the braking zone. What a beautiful, beautiful pass from the likes of that Scottish lad over there. And it looks like Ryan Winfeld going through pit lane. He decides to go into the McDonald's drive-through, getting that Big Mac, and that's gonna definitely slow him down with all that extra weight, you know. And maybe he has to go to the bathroom after that one. So that's actually put Ryan Winfeld down into 4th position. So that's not going to serve him too well, but it's going to serve some of these other drivers very well. So, oh, and looks like Adrian Kukulas, Chuck Baker, Jose Maria, and Jack Booser. This is a 4-car battle for 16th position. We always say every position matters, and you see it right here. Every position really, really matters, and these guys are fighting it out even though they're not at the very front. That's what we absolutely love to see. Chuck Baker, Jack Booser heading out of that hairpin now, coming up the hill, too wide. Both of them have that front end damage, so they're going the exact same speed. The 2 cars in front of them sorted themselves out. Jack Booser is now ahead of Chuck Baker. What an absolute blast I'm sure these two are having. They're going to need a shower after that one. That's got to be sweaty. Jose Maria and Adrian Kukulas made it best out of that shark. You know what? That's Jaws. Oh, and it looks like Daniel Thomas has finished this race. I missed that. I apologize, Daniel Thomas. Congratulations for the win of that race. You were so far ahead, I couldn't even see you, man. Adam Morrow in second. Marco Valverde ended up in 3rd, Manrique Valverde in 4th, Ariel Julian in 5th, Michael Carrillo in 6th. Great finish from Michael Carrillo. Patrick Kingston in 7th, able to get into that reverse grid. Emmanuel Ojo in 8th, Mark Santana in 9th, Carl Ribbing in 10th, Dan Herrera in 11th. Gordon Ramsay is back up to 12th, so he gained a lot of his lost positions once again. Ryan Winfeld is in 14th, Simon Fell in 15th. Where I was at Simon Fell. Jose Maria is in 16th. Chuck Baker in 17th. Adrian Kukulas up 15 spots to be in 18th position at the end of that 15-minute sprint. That's a lot of positions to gain in 15 minutes, I gotta say. Absolutely wild. We've got Jack Booser in 19. Michael M. David up 4 positions. He had a great drive himself, I gotta say. Anthony Rodriguez up 11 spots. That's almost half cheating. You didn't even qualify. Didn't qualify. It doesn't count. Let's bring up those results because I wasn't quite done yet, was I? I was right near Anthony Rodriguez. Carlos Odalor is 22nd. Gary Watson from the World Down Under, 23rd. Aaron Hall down a whole bunch of spots, down to 24th. Tom Jenkins, 25th. Bradley Husty, 26th. Jeffrey Murillo, 27th. Benjamin Roche, 28. Young Choi, 29. Ryan Bickle, down a whole bunch of spots. An unfortunate series of events, I'm sure, for Ryan Bickle. Not having the best of luck this week, and sometimes that's just how it goes. Aiden Aquino, 31st, after you saw that little bit of an incident with Logan McKenzie, who's going to be joining him in that feature race in 32nd, and Marco Castro in 33rd. So real excited to see how this feature race goes. Of course, you've got a 30-minute race. So there's going to be a lot at play here. We have the reverse grid top 8, of course. So Emmanuel Ojo is going to be starting in first position. Patrick Kingston will be in second. So that's going to help Patrick Kingston's cause a lot to be starting on that front row. Daniel Thomas has a lot of work ahead of him. Adam Morrow is used to starting in 8th position or 7th position, to be honest, in these reverse grids, and that's done him very well. So I'm very interested to see how Adam does now that he's near the back of that reversal. Marco and Manrique, they didn't swap positions too much in that race. My thing is Marco is up 1, Manrique down 1. And then Ariel, Julian, Michael Carrillo, they're just going to be in 5th and they're going to be 4th and 5th. I can't count, as you can tell. But with 30 minutes, it's going to be a very long race. I'm really curious to see who tries to push their luck on their very first lap and who tries to weigh it out and have that patience. I'm going to put my money on the person who has that patience. It's going to pay off. That's my bet. My 3 key points, if I can think of 3 right on the spot. The first one is just patience. The second one is take care of those tires. Don't destroy them too quickly. And the third one is, I'm done at 2. Oh well, I tried. I'll come up with a third one during the race if I can spot it. Oh, no, you know what? I got it. Have a good start. Have a good start on this grid, because that, you know what? A good start really does go for a lot. If you can get a good start on that grid and not have everyone passing you and not panic because everyone's passing you, that's really, really helpful. Looks like all of the cars have grid. Oh, no, I don't want that camera view. The lights are on. 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Lights are off and away we go. Here we go, starting off right now, and it looks like Patrick Kingston got the start that he wanted. Manrique Valverde is up into second. Ariel Julian is battling with it, man. Wow, and Adam Morrow had an excellent start as well. A little bit of a crashing going on, but that's okay. Oh, and Michael Carrillo is off, and this is absolute chaos on our race start. Few cars off, a few cars are going to be, their drivers are going to be shedding tears, and sometimes that just happens in a really large field. And of course, there's absolutely no tears shed for the likes of Patrick Kingston and Manrique Valverde, who are way up the very front. Way up the very front. And there's Adam Morrow. It looks like he is serving a slowdown. He's going to have to watch all of those cars just drive by, and that, my heart's sinking when I see things like that. But you know what? You gotta just keep going on, keep that head down, and dig your heels in and go for it, and battle your way back. Unfortunately for Adam Morrow, he has a lot of very competent, very, very tough customers in front of him. So it's not gonna be an easy challenge. Taking a quick peek at the leader of our race currently is Patrick Kingston, who's now in first after that great race start. Where is Emmanuel Ojo? Oh, Emmanuel Ojo looks like he's out of the race. He may not have had the best race start. Maybe he didn't even start. I don't know. But here we go with Patrick Kingston coming around on that first lap, is in the lead. Manrique Valverde in second. 2.6 seconds back is Ariel Julian with Marco Valverde in tow. Daniel Thomas is already up in the 5th position, starting in 8th. So that's up 3 spots. At the current time, Daniel Thomas is the large winner of this race in season points. Oh, and you can see him taking those curbs like a champ, taking that sausage like a champ. Challenging Marco Valverde, trying to poke his nose on car number 99. And it's anybody's guess how this is going to go. Daniel Thomas getting real close. Marco Valverde is taking that inside line, forcing him to go around the outside. Marco may have a slowdown, and that's just one more position gained for our sprint race winner of Daniel Thomas. So now Marco Valverde has Carl Ribbing, Gordon Ramsay, and Adam Morrow, and Ryan Winfield. Ryan Winfield up 5 positions to join this, let's call this marching band, actually. This marching band of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars for 5th position. We, of course, have 27 minutes left, so it's anybody's guess how this is going to go, but with all these cars very close together, one tiny mistake can make or break your race, and that is absolutely lovely to see that all of these drivers are so close together. I'm going to head back right now for a quick second to Tom Jenkins, Benjamin Roche, and it looks like this is a pack actually led by Anthony Rodriguez. So this Anthony Rodriguez being followed by Jeffrey Murillo, Bradley Husty, Tom Jenkins, Benjamin Roche. A little bit of rear end damage on... Oh, actually, real quick, we've got Daniel Thomas making a pass on Ariel Julian, making quick, easy work of that. Okay, so let's head back to Anthony Rodriguez getting challenged for his position by Jeffrey Murillo. Jeffrey Murillo making easy work of that. Car 137 is now trying to figure out how he can poke his nose around car 31. Oh, it looks like Gordon Ramsay is... Oh, Gordon Ramsay is off. He may have spin. Let's see. Let's just take a quick look. Oh, Gordon Ramsay just understeer, went off the track, and you know that's not normal. There's not a lot of beaches out in Scotland, I don't think, and I guess he just wanted to visit one for a vacation. He took a vacation and off he went. But luckily he's back on the track in P17, so he didn't lose a ton of spots. He's just now got Aaron Hall and of course a few other drivers, just a few in front of him that he has to pass if he wants to make up those spots once again. Aaron Hall looks like he has some front end damage. That's not a very happy looking Porsche. Luckily, Aiden Aquino who's up 16 spots. Wow, what a drive from Aiden Aquino, up 16 spots. Young Choi is up 15 spots. Front end damage from both these cars, so it's an absolute even playing field. Gordon Ramsay is very likely to catch these guys just because of that. Actually, I know Gordon Ramsay right now is listening in, so hey, good luck. Have fun out there, and yeah. Oh, and it looks like Anthony Rodriguez has gone off. So that battle that we had before, Tom Jenkins, Benjamin Roche, Chuck Baker, Anthony Rodriguez, is now just only a 3-car battle led by Tom Jenkins. Benjamin Roche coming up alongside car 86. He's got the inside line heading into this braking zone. And it looks like Benjamin Roche is making easy work of car 86. Oh, and they're all going wide. And that is they got a little too excited under braking, and that is going to benefit Chuck Baker, who's just able to make a pass, being nice, easy, and consistent, making a pass just off of that, staying consistent, not trying to push the boundaries too much, and it has benefited Chuck Baker quite a bit. Benjamin Roche, fortunately, not far behind, so he can start looking at that position once again, but got a long way to go. Oh, I see on my screen here, Ariel Julian has crashed. I want to take a quick look at how did that happen. Oh, it looks like he wanted to join Gordon Ramsay out on the beach, so he went off onto the track, and he had a speedo ready and everything, and then he decides he wants to be John Deere tractor. Didn't quite work out for him. It's quite difficult to rejoin the race after a vacation like that, I gotta say. So back right up into the battle with Aaron Hall, Aiden Aquino, Ariel Julian, Gordon Ramsay, just as predicted, has close that gap right up to these cars. Aaron Hall, the lead of this group, has front aero damage. Aiden Aquino has front aero damage as well. So it's going to be quite a challenge for these guys to stay ahead. It looks like Ariel Julian's car is doing okay. No damage on his car. So the two cars of Gordon Ramsay and Ariel Julian are going to be the ones that most likely are going to have to sort this one out. Heading into that hairpin, it looks like Aaron Hall is able to break away a little bit and start closing that gap a little up to Young Choi. And Young Choi, of course, battling with the jaws of Adrian Kukulas. And this is absolutely wild, I gotta say. Everyone is very, very close to each other. There's a lot going on. I apologize if I can't catch everything. You guys are absolute madhouses out there. Heading to look at Ariel Julian. Ariel Julian trying to gain overlap into that chicane. He's poking his nose. He's trying to get aggressive on Aiden Aquino. Not able to get that exit that he wanted out of Aqua Minerale. That's the only turn that I know on this track because I don't know Italian very well. Heading into our final corner now, and we're heading back onto that massive, massive draft straight, and we have a 5 or 6 car train of Porsches. We now have an absolute wild DRS train led by the likes of Young Choi. Young Choi made a pass. I'm gonna have to take a look at how that happened. Adrian Kukulas, followed by Aaron Hall. Ariel Julian making an easy pass on Aiden Aquino, as you could see back there. Oh, and it looks like Jaws is going a little bit wide on that chicane and having a few cars just go right around him. Gordon Ramsay going around the jaws of life of Adrian Kukulas on the exit of that first chicane. The Italians only know chicanes, of course. Aaron Hall getting by. Ariel Julian and Aaron Hall battling it out, coming out of that hairpin. I'm going to have to guess that Ariel wants the spot. Does he make the dive up the inside? He's not quite close enough. Heading towards Aqua Minerale. It's not an ideal place to pass. I don't think Ariel Julian is going to make that pass. He's just going to set it up, close that gap, as you can see right there. Try and maximize that accordion effect. Heading towards this next chicane. Not quite close enough, so he's going to have to wait even more. Gordon Ramsay, of course, hungry like a wolf at the back of this pack with that Scottish flag car. He's wanting to make up quite a few positions to get back to where he feels he belongs. He's down 4 spots total, but he's having that patience, and I'm sure that's going to pay off. Oh, and Young Choi is off. Let's take a quick look. How did that happen? It looks like under braking, he spun, went off. And you know what that was? I wasn't even following him. He did, I wouldn't even call that a broadcaster curse. He went off himself. I want to take a quick peek back at the leader of our race, Patrick Kingston. He's made a nice gap of, oh no, Aiden Aquino and Gordon Ramsay are off. That's unfortunate. It looks like Aiden Aquino has decided to tow. Gordon Ramsay's joining that track again. Tiny bit of damage, but that's okay. Never give up attitude is always a winning attitude. So right back up to the leader of this race, Patrick Kingston with Manrique Valverde. Patrick has gained a bit of a gap at 1.7 seconds now. And so that's definitely a happy place for Patrick. Daniel Thomas not too far behind. He's about 3.8 seconds from Manrique. Marco Valverde is up into 4th, up 2 spots total. So the feature race is definitely serving him very, very well. Adam Morrow is up in the 5th spot. Ryan Winfeld. Wow, what a great drive from Ryan Winfeld. He is now in 6th position, up 8 total. And if his dad's watching, I'm sure he's one proud fellow, I gotta say. What a great drive from the likes of Ryan Winfeld, up 8 spots total, putting in a blazing laps. He's on a little bit of an island, to be honest, in this race, but that's the place to be. It's a lot less pressure. You just have to manage your gaps and keep the car pointed forward, although that is definitely a challenge. Mark Santana, 3rd place in our amateur division drivers for the season championship. In 8th place in this race, he's up 1 spot total. And this is the power of being that steady Eddie, just being consistent, not trying to push the boundaries too much. And Ariel Julian making a pass on Aaron Hall. That front end aero damage of Aaron Hall's car is not benefiting him. And yeah, there you go. You can see it at work. Dan Marrera is starting to get closer and closer to Mark Santana. But you know what? Even if Mark Santana loses 1 or 2 spots, it's not a bad spot to be. Simon Fowle, the leader of our amateur division drivers in this green car, I would call this, you know what, the honeycomb car, the green honeycomb, is looking to follow Dan Marrera through all the doors that he opens up. Kevin Sidhu is very likely thinking the exact same thing. Kevin Sidhu is up 2 spots. Ariel Julian directly behind, well, not directly behind, 1.2 seconds, so a little bit of a gap, is down 8 spots total. So one mistake from any of these drivers being led by Dan Marrera here, and Mark Santana not too far ahead of him. One mistake from any of these drivers, and it can be a lot of positions lost. Oh, it looks like Ariel Julian went off the track. Let's just take a quickie peek at exactly how that happened. Oh, he gets a little bit juicy on the throttle. Super excited to put that right foot down, and it just did not pay off. And that is, again, the benefit of being the steady Eddie. So the gap between Mark Santana and Dan Marrera last lap were both the same as they are now. So Mark Santana is definitely in his happy place. He's got his focus, and he's driving his drive. So it's all up to, right now, Dan Marrera, who has a lot of pressure behind him with Simon Fowle and Kevin Sidhu right on his exhaust pipes. So it's not favorable. It's not looking very favorable for Dan Marrera because of that added extra pressure. He's got a lot of push to bring them forward up to Mark Santana. So we're gonna have to follow along with this story as it plays out and see if he can make it happen. Oh, and something has happened. Ryan Winfeld has passed Adam Morrow. I really want to take a look at how did that happen. Oh, Adam Morrow went off the track. Oh, and he tapped the grass under braking and went off the track, losing 1 position to Ryan Winfeld. And that's brought Ryan Winfeld up another spot, gained into 5th. Wow. Most of these drivers up the very front are, they're a little bit on an island. But like I've already said before, it's definitely a happy place to be. You're in the points range. As you can see, the challenge now for all of these drivers, as you also saw with Adam Morrow, is the keeping your head in the game, staying focused, not dipping a tire. Every single turn matters all the way to the very end. They have 14 minutes to go. Every single braking point, every single turn in, every single acceleration zone, it all matters all the way to the very end. One mistake can actually lose you quite a bit of time and potentially a lot of positions. Carl Ribbing having the best race of his season, up in the 7th spot. He you know what? He must speak Italian or something. I don't think Ribbing's an Italian name, but this guy is absolutely loving the Italian tracks. Coming around that hairpin, he's only got Mark Santana 4.5 seconds back, so not too much challenge for Carl Ribbing in that happy place. Following along with Mark Santana, he's got Dan Marrera has closed the gap just a little bit. not enough to make a big impact. Mark Santana doesn't have to drive in his mirrors. He's not one to be known to drive in his mirrors. So that's definitely a huge plus. Dan Marrera has Simon Fell still pressuring him, trying to see if he'll crack under that pressure. But if I know Dan Marrera, it's not something that he's used to doing. He's not a driver to crack under pressure. Simon Fell, if he wants 9th spot, he's going to have to make a move. He's going to have to get the honeycomb car right up alongside and see if Dan Marrera can... if he's going to fight for that position, if he's going to give it up easy, coming into that final braking zone, downhill, going around this final corner, heading onto that straight. It's all going to be about getting that exit. I don't think Simon Fell's exit is going to bring him up alongside. Oh, and coming out of, I call it the jump chicane. The Italian name slips my mind. Coming out of the chicane, Young Choi is not having the time of his life, I'm sure. He's up 7 positions. He was up a lot of positions earlier, so really, it's a loss. Tom Jenkins and Michael David making a pass, and it looks like he's going for some ice cream in the pits. So he's not having a good time there. That's allowed Michael M. David and Tom Jenkins to drive away. Heading up to Jeffrey Murillo. Oh, and Chuck Baker's going up the inside of Bradley Husty. Making a nice easy pass. Oh, and he got so aggressive. He may have gotten a little bit ahead of himself. And once again, just being nice, steady, and consistent has paid off for the likes of Bradley Husty. And Chuck Baker, not so much. Chuck Baker down 2 positions total. So... maybe not the best place to be, down 2 spots, but he's still in it to win it in one kind of way or another. Oh, and it looks like Michael David just being consistent. It looks like he has no damage on his cars. I like those white wheels. Staying consistent. He hasn't gained or lost, so that's a huge benefit. He's got Tom Jenkins behind him. It looks like Tom Jenkins might be catching him, might not be. We're going to have to see after a few turns. Yeah, and it looks like Tom Jenkins closing that gap after that chicane. All on Michael David. So Michael David may be down 1 position. It's anybody's guess how this is going to turn out. Oh, and it looks like Gordon Ramsay is off. I really want to take a quick look at how did that one happen. Oh, and a little bit of curb. He maybe ate too much. That curb's not really known to throw the car too much, but it definitely did in this instant. And a little bit of an unfortunate tears are shed kind of moment for the Scotland lad. So he's got to battle himself back from P19 now to hopefully... maybe 15. Let's go with 15. He's got 9.5 minutes. Let's see if he can make it happen. I want to take a quickie peek once again at Patrick Kingston. He is now 4.5 seconds ahead of Manrique Valverde. What an incredible drive from Patrick Kingston to be this far ahead. Some people were talking this week about the difficulty of this fixed setup, and I gotta say Patrick Kingston is showing there is no difficulty. You just gotta learn how to drive it. Every setup, every car has its challenges. And every single person in this race has the exact same car, the exact same setup. Patrick Kingston has figured that out. He's solved that puzzle. So take it from Patrick, it can be done. Looks like Manrique Valverde is being challenged for 2nd position by Daniel Thomas. And it looks like I have to go. It looks like my son is crying. I'll be right back. I'm going to set it to most exciting, and I'll mute the microphone, be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna have to just try and whisper. It's gonna be a bit of a challenge, but I'll try my very best to keep the broadcast going and just be quiet so that he can sleep. Right now, sorry. Following along with Dan Marrero and Kevin Sidhu. Kevin Sidhu in that wild red and black paint job car, getting a great exit out of that final corner. Gotta say, it's so distracting to have a little kid crying in your ear. But that's unfortunately life and how it goes sometimes. So heading down this front straight, it looks like Kevin Sidhu not able to gain overlap on Dan Marrero, so he's going to have to try again one more lap or try and find a fault in Dan Marrero's driving. This pack of cars right here with Jeff Murillo, Bradley Hussey heading down this straight. Is Jeffrey Murillo throwing that defensive line? He definitely is. He wants Bradley Hussey to go around the outside, and that's actually opened the door for Gordon Ramsay to start making a move. Is he going to make the dive up the inside? It's anybody's guess, and he does. Oh, not able to get up alongside in time, and that's thrown him into the curbs. Gordon Ramsay is not having the race that he was hoping for. Oh, sorry, that was Bradley Hussey. Bradley Hussey was going into the curbs. I made a mistake there. Gordon Ramsay actually ended up making that pass. I got I'll blame it on my son. Always blame it on the kids, right? Is that always the way to go? I think so. We'll go with that one. Oh, it looks like Simon Fell has crashed. Simon Fell went off the track. Let's take a look at how that happened. Looks like he hit the curb, got a little bit excited on the throttle, and just went off. And so that's given the position to Aaron Hall. Aaron Hall is now up 13 positions total. What a beautiful, beautiful drive from the two-face car of Aaron Hall. I want to take a look at the battle for second between Manrique Valverde and Daniel Thomas. This is absolutely heating up. Daniel Thomas has the pace to make the pass. Is Manrique Valverde going to make it easy on him, or is he going to force him to work for it? I'm going to lean into force him to work for it. Manrique Valverde is one tough customer. Both drivers are very tough customers, so it's anybody's guess how this is going to play out. Heading through the chicane, Daniel Thomas getting an excellent exit, still very, very close to that rear bumper, heading towards that final downhill braking zone. Daniel Thomas not able to get up alongside, so he's going to have to back out, wait it out, and just hope for that excellent draft heading onto that front straight. Daniel Thomas getting an excellent exit out of that corner, and they're definitely going to be going too wide into this next braking zone, guarantee it. Who's going to have the left lane position? Who's going to have the right? It's anybody's guess. The left lane position is definitely the advantage. Daniel Thomas taking the right lane position. Manrique Valverde on the left. And they are holding it too wide. They're sticking it through this corner. Daniel Thomas, unfortunately, getting unsettled on those sausage curbs and having to back out to keep his race alive. Manrique Valverde, just as predicted, throwing the hard defensive lines, not letting him have it easy, making him work for it. And that is definitely the hard racing we absolutely love to see. The respect and the discipline and just the hard racing from these two drivers. Wow. Manrique Valverde taking that inside lane position once again, throwing that defensive line, making him work for it. Daniel Thomas really, really wants by. I have no idea how he's going to make it happen. Imola is definitely a great place for a lot of racing opportunity, and we're seeing it right here. Daniel Thomas is trying to find how to break through this doorway, trying to find cracks that he can break open, crack it open, and here we go. This may be it right here, heading into that downhill braking zone around those final corners. Is this it? Oh, he's not able to make that dive under braking work. And he may have overheated his tires trying to push it and push it. So we're going to have to follow now Bradley Husty. Bradley Husty is 0.6 seconds away from Chuck Baker, heading up this hill towards... I don't know the name of this corner. I'm going to have to just do a quick Google of these corner names. Something I really should have done earlier. I do know Aqua Minerale, and that's where they're going through right now. And I gotta say, I really like that paint job of the 2 checkered flags on Bradley Husty's car. Very, very nice, very classic. I really like that. So now, we'll go through the corners together. Right now, this is Variante Alta. The jump chicanes, as I've been calling it all race, is Variante Alta. Right now, they are heading towards Rivazza. I think I have the correct tongue going on for the Italian accent, but I'm not quite sure. And Kevin Sadu's made a pass on Dan Marrere for P9. I want to actually take a quick look at how did that happen. Heading towards turn 2, braking zone. Kevin Sadu up the inside. Dan Marrere just letting him have it, trying to save his own race and just giving up the position so that he can race another day and race another lap. There you go. Kevin Sadu making up 1 spot. He's up 4 total. I also see that Ariel Julian passed Aaron Hall. And here's how that happened. Aaron Hall on the inside. Ariel Julian up the... Oh, and Aaron Hall just gave it up easy. He said, hey, take it. I just want to finish my race in 12th. He's up 12 spots total, so that's a real great spot to be. Patrick Hingston now starting his final lap of the race. 9 seconds ahead. Wow, somebody get this kid's autograph. This guy is flying out there. We're going to have to put weights in his car starting soon. Manrique Valverde is in second. Daniel Thomas has now dropped back just a little bit after burning up his tires trying to get by. Oh, it looks like Anthony Rodriguez is a lap car, and he's just letting them by nice and easy. Oh, a little bit of unfortunate contact. Luckily, no one's race is disturbed too much, and everyone's able to carry on. So that was a happy ending overall. Marco Valverde in 4th. Oh, it looks like he's getting real happy on his throttle foot, burning some rear rubber, and that may bring Ryan Winfeld into striking range. It may not. We'll have to see. This is, of course, our last lap of the race. Adam Morrow now coming out of that final hairpin. Carl Ribbon going into it. Oh, and it looks like Gordon Ramsay's made up a spot on Aaron Hall. I'm not sure how that happened. Maybe Aaron Hall has a lot more front-end damage than we thought. Now, follow along with the leader of our race coming through, Rivazza. Heading on to our final straightaway, coming across that start-finish line any second now. Patrick Hingston, congratulations for winning our 30-minute feature race. Wow, what a drive. Congratulations, Manrique Valverde, for coming in second. Daniel Thomas rounding out that podium and being the real winner of this race for points in 3rd. Marco Valverde up 2 spots total to finish in 4th. Ryan Winfeld in 5th position, 9 total that he's gained this feature race. Wow. Adam Morrow coming around. Rivazza, he's in 6th. He's up 1 spot total, so he's going to be a big gainer in points as well. Carl Ribbing, ooh, he's had this is, I believe, the best finish of his season to be in 7th. Mark Santana is now coming into Rivazza, followed by Kevin Sadu and Dan Marrere. The highest, I believe this is now the highest finish for Mark Santana this season. What an amazing drive from our Steady Eddie. Dan Marrere is now in 10th. Ariel Julian in 11th. Jose Maria in 12th, his first race with us. Oh, did he get passed by that line? Oh, it looks like Ariel Julian not able to actually make the pass. Simon fell after wiping out down in the 13th. Aaron Hall, 14th. Gordon Ramsay is in 15th. Jeffrey Murillo, 16th. Jeffrey Murillo up 11 spots total. Chuck Baker, no worse for the wear. Not up any spots, not down any spots. Bradley Husty is in 18th. He is up 8 spots total. Adrian Kukulas is down 1 spot. Tom Jenkins is up 5 spots in 20th. Anthony Rodriguez is... it looks like he's already finished. Gary Watson in 22nd. And it looks like that's the end of our race. I am gonna... Oh, is someone still driving? Who is that? 137. Car, was that 137? That's Bradley Husty. So, we're going to have to pull up now the final results. Congratulations once again from that amazing drive from Patrick Kingston. A little bit of luck to work his way back into that reverse grid and start on that front row. But Patrick Kingston didn't need luck with that level of pace, I gotta say. What a wild drive. We've got Manrique Valverde in second, Daniel Thomas in third. So what wonderful drives from those other podium finishers as well. Marco Valverde able to hold on to his car, not spin it out as we've seen in previous races, and finish the race in fourth and pull in some seriously good points. Ryan Winfeld in fifth, Adam Morrow sixth, Carl Ribbing seventh, Mark Santana in eighth, Kevin Sadu in ninth, Dan Marrera in 10th, Jose Maria in 11th. Ariel Julian in 12th, Simon Fell in 13, Aaron Hall in 14, Gordon Ramsay in 15, Jeffrey Murillo in 16, Chuck Baker in 17, Bradley Husty in 18. We've got Tom Jenkins in 20, Anthony Rodriguez 21, Gary Watson 22, Young Choi, a race I'm sure he'd love to forget, ending up in 23rd, not qualifying, doing well enough in that sprint race, but obviously real bad in our feature, ending up in 23rd. Michael M. David in 24th, Benjamin Roche 25, Aiden Aquino had quite a run for a while, ended up in 26th. Jack Booser as well was having a great drive and ended up way down in 27th, unfortunately. Michael Carrillo in 28th, Carlos Odalora in 29, Emmanuel Ojo having bad luck as well. He started in first and ended up way down in 30th. Brian Bickle, once again, I know he's struggled this week. It looks like he's struggled once again in our race. He's in 31st. Logan McKenzie, our first race with us, it looks like he didn't have too much luck. He's in 32nd, and Mark Castro is in 33rd. And we have some people in our broadcast booth interview here. Can you hear me, Adam Morrow?
Yeah, hey Mike, I could hear you. You got me?
Let me make sure that the sound is all good. And yeah, I think I got you. How's it going?
It's going good. Good night of racing. Good field that we had tonight. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, man. How are you feeling about that race? How much did you sweat after that race? Holy smokes, what a field, what a grid size. And that's got to be a lot of pressure just to stay ahead of such a field that size.
Yeah, that with that field, and man, yeah, that track is tough. Like, it's pretty satisfying when you're kind of locked in, cutting out laps, but when you get off of it, it feels like a job, like you're putting in manual labor out there. It was tough. I mean, I saw Winfield coming. I'm kind of disappointed in myself. I don't make mistakes like that normally. I went off the track. He got me. I mean, he was driving great, and I think Winfield's strong points is kind of midway to the end. And after that, I just couldn't. I was rattled. I just couldn't put my laps back together, and I just kind of set out. You know what? Let's settle in, and if Carl gets me, he gets me. But just kind of damage control at that point. But Winfield was driving great, and the other guys, man, they were flying. Daniel Thomas in that sprint race couldn't touch him. Congrats to Hingston as well. He's flying.
Yeah, I gotta say, we actually did catch that on a replay, your little spin, and it's tough. I saw that a lot of the front pack drivers were in gaps of 2-3 seconds to the car in front, car behind. It's tough to continue driving consistent when there's not cars around you. You really get up into your own head, and do you feel like that's something that happened in that moment?
I don't think so. I think, something happened there for sure. It's a part of the track where it kind of dips and it's a little dark there. And there's that corner, if you can kind of ease into it, and at least for me, get on the gas early and come down that hill, I can make up some time. And I think my wheels I just was asking for a little bit more real estate than was there. And boom, it's spun out.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, and that allowed, I guess, Ryan to just, with his consistency and his end goal, end game, to make the pass on you, which is unfortunate. But also, hey, you know what? You finished in P6. You still brought in some seriously good points this race. So I'm really curious to see how you end up in the season championship points here.
Yeah, hopefully some of those sprint points carry over, because I'm usually a terrible at the sprint. So that's my key good takeaway from tonight, is I really was aggressive at the start on the sprint and held my own there. The Valverde cousins got by me, but then mistakes, and I held on for second behind Thomas. So that was for me, that was a good takeaway. But again, a little bit disappointed with that in that feature.
Yeah, you know what? The higher up you finish in that sprint, the bigger the challenge in that feature. And I guess you're now just experiencing that, something you don't experience very much.
Yeah, man, I got to start going back to getting eighth in those sprint races, starting at the pole.
Oh, sandbagging.
No way. I think it's a points deficit too, right? When you do that, because I think I got more points than Winfield just because I was able to carry over a good sprint race. So that theory goes out the window there, Mike.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely does. You know what? I gotta agree with you. A little bit of math there helps on that side. We have Patrick Hingston in our broadcast booth here. I don't know if he can hear me right now.
Hello.
Hello. Hey, how's it going? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
After a race like that, I'm sure you would be. So walk us through, like, what happened in the sprint race. It's just, I guess, a little bit of an oopsie daisy, a little bit of contact of some sort, and a little bit of chaos, and it put you into a not very good position in that sprint race. So, and then you had to battle yourself back. Like, so walk us through that a little bit.
Yeah, like from the start, I got a bad start, and it put me in a bad position, and I was 3 wide going into the first corner. The Valverde brothers squeezed me, and then I got hit in the rear. So yeah, then I fell down to 23rd, and then I came back up.
Yeah, we definitely noticed that you were able to battle your way back into that reverse grid. So that's quite a drive to make that happen. And so yeah, that congratulations on making that happen and getting yourself all the way back into the front row of the feature. And so yeah, I gotta ask, how many hours of practice did you put in this week?
I mean, I did a lot of official races, so that helped.
Yeah, and congratulations again for reaching 5K I rating. That's quite an achievement, and so yeah, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, kudos, Patrick.
Thanks.
So now that I've got you both here, Adam, first, is there any shout outs you'd like to give to some racers, family, friends, or anyone out on track, or any shout outs you got?
Oh, just, first and foremost, Mike, for you putting in all the work behind the scenes, keeping this league going. It's a great group of guys on the Discord there, and then kudos to all the fellow drivers bringing these fields up to almost 40 cars week in, week out. Everybody taking the time to get in and participate. That's awesome, guys. And so thanks a lot, and congrats to Kingston again, man. Someone's got to put a wrench in your game there, Patrick, because you're just crushing us.
Yeah, I gotta find the sandbags out of your cars and put in his.
Yeah, exactly. Can you take a couple there, Patrick? You mind?
And Patrick, any shout outs to any drivers out on track or family or friends?
First of all, thank you to you for like working behind the scenes and making this league like great and all that. Shout
Thank
out to
you.
my mom, my dad, and shout out to Apex Tech Racing Supply.
Yeah. And any drivers out there that you love battling against, shout them out.
Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel's definitely a challenging driver to go against, I gotta say. So
Yep.
good pick. So that's the end of our broadcast. And so that's the end of our night. And I hope all of you enjoyed watching. I hope all of you enjoyed racing, watching this back, watching this live, however you're watching. And yeah, have a good evening, folks. See you later. See you next week. I'll be on vacation, I guess. And so I'm not sure who's doing the broadcast exactly, but I'm sure someone will do it. But yeah, have a good night, everyone.
Baby, don't you know that when I'm smoking that cloud, got my head in plumes and clouds, you're the one I think of. Baby, don't you know that it's gonna go down when I hit the bottom now, you're the one I think of.
Boy, will you hit me up? I lost control. Will you help me? Love about a liquor boy, will you hit me up? I lost control. Will you help me? I lost control.
Feels like I might be losing my grip. Oh yeah, I am. What you gonna say? What you gonna do when I lost control? We had lost, yeah, we lost control. Yeah, we lost control.
Love about a liquor boy, will you hit me up? I lost control. Will you help me? Love about a liquor boy, will you hit me up? I lost control. Will you help me?